The hamburger. It's the most iconic food in America, maybe even the world. But where did it actually come from? And how did a simple meat patty between two buns become a global obsession worth billions of dollars? Most people think the hamburger was invented in America, and while Americans definitely perfected it, the truth is way more complicated. The story actually starts thousands of miles away in the steppes of Central Asia. In the 13th century, Mongol warriors under Genghis Khan needed food they could eat on horseback during their conquests, so they placed raw meat under their saddles. The constant riding would tenderize it, and they'd eat it without ever stopping. This idea of raw, tenderized meat traveled west with the Mongols into Russia, where it evolved into steak tartare. Then German sailors from the port of Hamburg discovered it and brought the concept back home in the 1700s. In Hamburg, they started cooking the meat. They'd chop or grind beef, season it, and pan-fry it into what they called Hamburg-style steak. And this is where our modern hamburger really begins to take shape. This idea of raw, tenderized meat traveled west with the Mongols into Russia, where it evolved into steak tartare. Then German sailors from the port of Hamburg discovered it and brought the concept back home in the 1700s. Fast forward to the late 1800s, massive waves of German immigrants are arriving in America, especially through New York, and they're bringing their Hamburg steak recipe with them. Now here's where the story gets messy, because at least 4 different places claim they invented the hamburger as we know it. And honestly, we'll probably never know for sure who was first. One claim comes from New Haven, Connecticut in 1900. Louis Lassen, who ran a small lunch wagon, supposedly served the first hamburger sandwich when a customer needed something quick he could eat on the go. Then there's Fletcher Davis from Athens, Texas, who served a ground beef patty between 2 slices of bread at a county fair in the 1880s. Some say he even took it to the 1904 St. Louis World's Fair. Oklahoma claims the burger too. In 1891, Oscar Bilby supposedly served the first true hamburger on a yeast bun at a 4th of July celebration. A yeast bun, not just plain bread. That's a crucial detail. And finally, there's the 1904 St. Louis World's Fair again, where multiple vendors claimed to have debuted the hamburger to millions of visitors. The fair was a massive stage for food innovation. Conclusive and forward-moving, medium-fast pace, shifting from the debate to the undeniable reality of the burger's rapid rise. Whoever actually invented it, one thing is clear. By the early 1900s, the hamburger was spreading across America fast. Street vendors, lunch carts, and small restaurants all started serving them. Then, in 1921, everything changed. 2 guys named Walter Anderson and Billy Ingram opened a tiny restaurant in Wichita, Kansas, and called it White Castle. The first fast food hamburger chain was born. White Castle sold their burgers for 5 cents each, and they were small, thin, and cooked on a griddle with onions. They called them sliders, and people absolutely loved them. White Castle did something else revolutionary. They made their kitchens visible. Customers could watch their burgers being made, which built trust. This was a big deal when people were suspicious of ground meat. The success of White Castle inspired imitators everywhere. In 1940, 2 brothers in San Bernardino, California opened their own burger stand. Their last name was McDonald. Richard and Maurice McDonald streamlined everything. They created the Speedy Service System, a limited menu, assembly line preparation, and 15-cent burgers delivered in 30 seconds or less. In 1954, a milkshake machine salesman named Ray Kroc visited the McDonald brothers. He saw the potential for something massive. He convinced them to let him franchise the concept nationwide. Kroc was relentless. He opened McDonald's franchises at an incredible pace, standardizing everything from the menu to the building design. By 1965, there were over 700 McDonald's locations. The Golden Arches became the most recognizable symbol in America. And the hamburger wasn't just food anymore. It was culture. It was convenience. It was the American dream served on a tray. Other chains exploded too. Burger King launched the Whopper in 1957, a bigger burger to compete with McDonald's. Wendy's arrived in 1969 with square patties and fresh, never-frozen beef. By the 1970s and 80s, the burger wars were in full swing. Chains competed on price, size, speed, and marketing. TV commercials became legendary. The burger was everywhere. But let's talk about what actually makes a great hamburger. Because once you understand the fundamentals, you can make a burger at home that rivals any restaurant. First, the beef. You want ground chuck with about 20% fat. That fat is essential. It keeps the burger juicy and adds flavor. Lean beef makes a dry, tasteless burger. Form your patties gently. Don't overwork the meat or pack it tight. You want it loosely formed, about 3/4 of an inch thick, and slightly wider than your bun because it'll shrink when it cooks. Here's a pro tip. Make a small dimple in the center of each patty with your thumb. This prevents the burger from puffing up into a dome shape when it cooks. It'll stay flat and even. Now the cooking. Get your pan or griddle screaming hot. Cast iron is ideal. You want a hard sear that creates a caramelized crust. That crust is where all the flavor lives. Season generously with salt and pepper right before the patty hits the heat. Then place it on the griddle and do not touch it. Let it sear for 3 to 4 minutes without moving it. You'll know it's ready to flip when the edges turn brown and the patty releases easily from the pan. Flip it once and only once, then cook another 3 to 4 minutes for medium. If you want cheese, add it during the last minute of cooking and cover the pan with a lid. The trapped steam melts the cheese perfectly over the entire surface. While the patty rests, toast your buns. Butter them lightly and toast them cut side down on the griddle until golden. This step is not optional. A soggy bun ruins everything. Now let's talk toppings. The classic American burger is simple. Lettuce, tomato, onion, pickles, ketchup, mustard, and maybe mayo. But the order matters more than you think. Start with the bottom bun. Spread your condiments here first. Then lettuce goes on next, which creates a barrier that keeps the bun from getting soggy from the tomato and patty juices. Then the tomato, then onions if you want them. The patty goes on top of all that. Then cheese if you didn't melt it earlier, pickles, and finally the top bun. Architecture matters. Want to go beyond the classic? Let's talk about some legendary variations. The California burger adds avocado, bacon, and sometimes a fried egg. It's rich, messy, and incredible. The Oklahoma onion burger is a historic style where thin sliced onions are smashed into the patty as it cooks. The onions caramelize and become part of the crust. It's sweet, savory, and unique. The smash burger trend took over in the last decade. You take a ball of beef, smash it hard onto a flat top, and let it sear. Maximum crust, maximum flavor. Simple but devastatingly good. Then there's the steakhouse burger. Thick, high-quality beef, often topped with blue cheese or caramelized onions, served on a brioche bun. It's the upscale, grown-up version. The regional styles keep going. New Mexico adds green chili. The Juicy Lucy from Minneapolis hides cheese inside the patty. Carolina burgers come with chili and slaw. every place has its twist. Let's make a classic diner-style burger from scratch. This is the quintessential American burger, the one you dream about. And you can make it at home in under 20 minutes. Start with 1 pound of ground chuck, 80-20 blend. Divide it into 4 equal portions, about 4 ounces each. Form them gently into patties. Dimple in the center. Season both sides with salt and pepper. Heat a cast iron skillet over high heat until it's smoking. Add the patties, working in batches if needed. Don't crowd the pan. Sear for 3 minutes without touching them. Flip once. Add a slice of American cheese to each patty. Cover with a lid for 1 minute to steam melt the cheese. Remove the patties and let them rest while you toast the buns. Butter 4 potato buns lightly. Toast them cut side down on the same skillet. 30 seconds until golden. The residual beef fat on the griddle adds incredible flavor to the buns. Assembly time. Bottom bun, spread of mayo and ketchup, crisp iceberg lettuce, thick tomato slice, the cheesy patty, pickles, thin sliced raw onion if you like. Top bun, press down gently. That's it. That's the perfect diner burger. Juicy, cheesy, tangy, with that toasted bun crunch. This is what people stood in line for in the 1950s, and it still works today. But burgers didn't stay stuck in the past. In the 1990s and 2000s, the gourmet burger movement started. Chefs began treating burgers like fine dining, using premium beef and creative toppings. Places like Five Guys, Shake Shack, and In-N-Out became cult favorites. They offered better ingredients, customization, and a step up from traditional fast food without going full fine dining. Then the plant-based revolution hit. Impossible and Beyond Meat created burgers that looked, cooked, and tasted shockingly close to real beef. Even die-hard meat eaters were impressed. Love them or not, plant-based burgers opened the door to more options. Suddenly, vegetarians and vegans could enjoy burger culture too, and restaurants had to up their game across the board. Today, the burger scene is more diverse than ever. Food trucks serving gourmet smash burgers, fast food chains adding premium lines, home cooks experimenting with wild flavors. The burger keeps evolving. Amused and knowing. Medium pace. Gently poking fun at excess while respecting experimentation with a wise perspective. Some trends come and go. Burgers with donuts as buns, burgers with ramen noodle buns, burgers stacked so high you can't bite them. But the classics always remain. Because at the end of the day, a great burger comes down to fundamentals. Good beef, proper seasoning, a hot griddle, a toasted bun. Simple things done right. Want to make the ultimate burger at home? Here's a final pro recipe. Get your butcher to grind fresh beef for you. A blend of short rib, brisket, and chuck. 80-20 fat ratio. Form thick patties, at least 6 ounces each. Season aggressively with coarse salt and cracked black pepper. Cook them on a screaming hot cast iron or charcoal grill for that char flavor.
Top with aged cheddar or Gruyere. Use a brioche bun, lightly toasted with butter. Keep the toppings minimal, maybe just caramelized onions and a smear of Dijon mustard. Let the beef shine.
Serve it immediately. A great burger waits for no one. The bun should still be warm, the cheese melted, the patty juicy. This is burger perfection, and you made it yourself.
So, there it is. From the steppes of Mongolia to your backyard grill. From 5-cent sliders to gourmet creations, the hamburger has traveled further and evolved more than almost any food in history. It survived wars, recessions, food trends, and health movements. It's been criticized, celebrated, deconstructed and reimagined, and it's still here, as popular as ever.
Because the hamburger is more than just food. It's a piece of American identity. It's comfort, it's innovation, it's tradition and rebellion at the same time. It's what we share at backyard cookouts, road trips, and late nights.
So the next time you bite into a burger, whether it's from a drive-thru or your own kitchen, remember, you're part of a story that spans centuries and continents. You're part of something bigger.
And maybe, just maybe, that's why we love burgers so much. They're delicious, sure, but they're also a reminder that the best things in life are often the simplest. Made with care, shared with others, and enjoyed in the moment.
Thanks for joining me on this journey through hamburger history. Now go make yourself a great burger.
You've earned it.